I agree. But it's like on the men's side, why is that now the viewpoint that men have with other men? Because I think that's the same dynamic that's happening. For example, let's say it's a man who is in his whole phase, right? He's in his prime. He could have passed up a ton of good women, right? Like he just wasn't ready for that.
100%.
And then later on, he now decides that he wants to settle down. I feel like that's normalized. But when you have a woman who might have gone through a similar journey, now all of a sudden that man is a pick me. Like, why is there, a simp? So why is there a word for men who do that, but for women on the opposite side of things, like if they're being picked later, that's just normal. There's no term for it.
So I want to outline what I believe the difference is between a man going through his hoe phase, then choosing a woman, and then a woman going through her hoe phase and choosing a man.
Okay.
I think the difference is for a lot of men, when they go through their hoe phase, right, or when they're being very promiscuous, they are choosing women that they're not looking to get into a relationship with, right?
Okay.
So if a guy's just looking to have fun, he's going to choose the party promiscuous girl over the Christian church girl because he's just looking to have fun. The Christian church girl probably isn't going to have that with him, right? Yet when he's looking for something serious, then he shifts, and ultimately he may choose a girl that for a relationship, she's his first choice, and that's who he gets. Whereas, like we said earlier in the conversation, a woman will want to change a guy's mind. So it means that they were dealing with guys who they would want a commitment with, but they couldn't get it from him. And so they then go to the guys later on where perceivably they're not getting the same level of attention. They're like, well, I'm going to go to the guys now who I know I definitely can because I'm not getting the same level of opportunities with the guys I am before. And I think that's what the difference is and where that comes from, is that I'm not saying a woman can't choose a guy to have fun with, who she doesn't see long term, but I think it happens more that a woman gets involved with a guy that she's having fun with and wants to change his mind. So then any guy after that is seen as second choice, and if he's accepting being a second choice, then that's seen as simping.
Okay. Actually, I can understand that logic. That makes a lot of sense. So if the woman wasn't in the headspace of wanting to change someone, she just is not ready for a relationship, she's living her best life, she just wants to do casual things. Do you think it would be respected more if she then later on decided, I want to settle down, now I'm picking a nice guy?
I think it would be respected more. But then okay. I think it would be respected more, but I think that's an exception, not the rule. As in, women tend to deal with their most attractive prospects when, for example, in their 20s rather than when in their 30s, as a general rule, right? So usually their first choice for a relationship is going to be when they're younger. Also as well, and this is, I'm saying, what guys say, not, necessarily my opinion, but it's kind of like men and women go through their different primes at different seasons in their life of when they're most attractive to the other gender. And it's seen as a guy's like, okay, well, you didn't want me when you were at your most desirable for me. But yet now you want me to, quote unquote, accept you because you're not getting the level of attention that you did before. When here's the thing as well, something else I think is different with the manosphere, the red pill, is that every guy thinks he's going like that in his life. And not every guy is. In fact, most guys aren't. If you're a guy working on your purpose, you're developing a building, then you do that. But most guys don't. But if we take the example that a guy is doing that, he's like, well, now I'm hitting my prime. And now I'm getting everything that I would like. So why would I accept it? It's kind of like, sounds bad. It's kind of like investing in a company. It's like, imagine a company comes to you to invest in, right? And they're like, look, you spend $10,000, you're going to earn 10%, right? And then you go, nah, I'm not going to. And then in 10 years' time, that company is worth over 100 million. and you're going back saying, "Hey, I'm ready to invest that 10,000 for 10% now," and the company's like, "No, baby girl, the price is 100,000 now."
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I think I think it's logical, right? I think that a lot of women don't like hearing these things because we are not often logical thinkers. I think that we think with emotion, or we act on emotion a lot. So that makes sense to me.